the Horde, welcome to the show. As you probably heard, we had our first ever Horde Wars on Friday. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. It was fantastic. Everyone from the players, the FCs, even the audience, we had so much fun. We live streamed it on Twitch on the Alliance Discord, and so a lot of people came and provided some interesting commentary. Now, if you haven't watched it, please go watch it. On today's show, we're talking with 5 of the 7 FCs who led the fleet during this event. The other 2 FC unfortunately could not arrange time for us this time, but I'm sure we'll be talking with them in the future. So, enjoy the show. It's MiZuca and Ella from Red 1. Hello guys.
Hello.
Hi, and we also have Cardinal from ODIN. He was the FC of the DropBears fleet. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, let's start with MiZuca because it's very late for him. He has to go soon. So let's just quickly talk about, what was your strategy going in? How did you guys, anything interesting that you want to share with us? Yeah.
So in the beginning, we were trying to do like a normal fleet comp, but as soon as you started to see the prices of the ships, and that almost certainly we were going to lose them, so we thought about using the tier 4 frigates. So just 2 million per ship, fully fitted. And we, as Ella said during the stream, we have been using them for PvE, even PvP sometimes, and they're just fun. So instead of going with the close range guns, we wanted to try the hit and run strategy. So we took the strike cannons and the long range ones, and just pop in, shoot once, pop out. It was like the main strategy for the whole event.
Yeah, we can see you on screen right here. So okay, I think you had a couple of engagements, right? You were basically, like you said, go in, kill a few drones, warp out.
Yeah. In the beginning, we were trying to find the bomber squad because they were the easiest targets for us. But the time was passing, and the planets that we were allowed to be on were shrinking. So we sometimes popped into the sun, but because we were escaping from other fleets that were working to our planet. But until we got into the sun and stayed there, we only waited for some type of engagement, but nothing special.
Yeah, I remember Ella was talking about you guys running a lot of T10s in frigates, which is why you guys are, like we could see, right? I think it was the first engagement. I can't find the footage right now, but I think it's around here though. Anyways, so basically you guys got in close range with the Vexers, and then we just saw you guys working out one by one. So what was going on there? Were you like?
Yeah, so our frigates had almost the same fit, except for the mid slots. Some had E-War, others like tackle, and others had the group shields mods. So some were responsible for the logging, and those were stayed as a bouncing point. Every time we saw some ship close to some wreck, I gave the order, and everyone jumped to the wreck, took one shot, come back, always this. At some point, we saw too many wrecks, so we started to clear some, so the other fleets would fight between each others. And
Right. So, was it like whenever someone gets locked, you will work, or like yellow box or red box you work, or do you?
No, we were trying to find the stabbers because the lower tier was health. And whenever some of them got in close to a wreck, I pinged to show which was the target. Then they all warped to the wreck, and then one shot, come back, always this. The thing we're trying to do was to be just as annoying as possible.
let's put in a drop area in here. Cardinal, did you guys ever engage? I think at the end, right? But earlier, did you guys engage the frigate fleets?
We went into this strategy trying to probably engage not at the sun but around the planets. So early on we made an appearance at the sun, but when there was only one team there, we kind of went chasing other engagements around the planet. I think we even ran into your frigate fleet twice while we were doing that.
Yeah.
And you guys took off before we could even start anything. So we were trying to just, I guess, the same strategy, just stay out of the sun until the time came, and then hope that you could survive. And that was part of our build, which was a lot of healing. Just didn't. We survived to the end, but it wasn't the full fleet as such.
Yeah, I can see. If you guys are watching this, I think this is when, one of your red ones warped to the can and look back. Anyways, good.
I think there was a wreck because whenever we killed the G3D fleet, we left the wrecks there. Yeah. But then people started to fly there, warp there, so we didn't want that. So we could clear all those wrecks, and then all the fleets came together to a smaller spot.
Yeah. Oh, I remember this. Shaq disconnected, but then he came back just in time before we saw all those guys chasing up there. Yeah, awesome.
He was trying to get close to somewhere, to some people, so we could warp to him and do the bouncy thing again. Okay. But it was kind of hard because he couldn't use the afterburner. So
right. That's cool. Okay, I know you have to go. Do you have any shoutouts or any expectations for next time, or can you stick around for more?
Sure, I can. Okay. I have some time.
Okay, so let's talk about DropBear more. Cardinal, how? First of all, I think I personally I see you in the game advertising your DropBear fleet almost every day. But to people who still don't know, maybe who are the DropBears?
The DropBear is not a group of people. It's just anyone that wants to, I guess, utilize the mining mechanisms in the game. It's pretty easy to set up in terms of skill-wise. It's not the cheapest fit-out of a retriever that you can find, but it's definitely something that can, if you had 10 of them together, it can definitely stop anything that's unless it's an actual roaming fleet. It can definitely stop pirates annoying you while you mine, and you don't have to cloak or run away when you're grouped together. That's kind of the whole philosophy behind it.
Right.
But from doing that over the last 4 weeks, I've been running into people. As you can imagine, when you advertise like that and get people together, you kind of get to know each other.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I was thinking of putting this together, and they said, oh yeah, we're keen. And I think the reference was at the beginning of your stream there was that the DropBears and the kitchen sinks.
Yes.
That was definitely something that we kind of went with. We weren't very specific. We just said we want to survive, we want to move. Each of us had a WMD, and that's why we moved around the area quickly and out of range. But on the flip side, our DPS side of things was not as strong as that we wanted.
Right.
But when you're getting attacked by 70 drones, it doesn't really matter. So.
Yeah. I think again, the drones fleet, the Vexor fleet was the first one on grid or to the sun, and then I believe you guys, the DropBears, you guys were the second one, and then Ella commented, "This is a kitchen sink," and then I recognized your name. I was like, "Oh, that's the DropBears. They're the group of miners who are, just here for mostly to have fun and to." I think you guys got famous too. Like a lot of people who didn't know you guys now they would know. So that's good. Again, it's open to the alliance, right? Open to anyone who wants to mine.
Yeah, it's essentially we've created a miners channel now.
Cool.
Essentially, the whole point of this is so that when you log on and you want to mine, rather than having to find a system where you're alone, you just log on, say hi, is there a group mining out there, and press M and find a group, and then you can do 1 or 2 loads because you keep what you mine. And then you can log off. You just have that rotating fleet. It's more of a way of a life rather than a running event. It's kind of what I'm trying to promote. It's just so jump on, get in the group, get out, have a good time, and And I guess well. you don't mine to improve mining. You mine to do other things. And my other thing is probably a bit of PvP. And that's what I do on the side, rather than the PvE and the storyline. I like to tag along to those CTAs and whatnot when it's in my timeline.
Yeah. Wait, I see you were in a Vexor Navy issue too.
Yeah, and the reason being is because the Vexor Navy issues can pretty much fulfill any role. While they don't get the huge benefits of the percentage increase in terms of logistics, they don't lose a lot if you can keep the radius down, and that's what we were working on as a fleet. We were trying to stay within 5 to 10 kilometers of each other. And if you can do that, you've got a pretty nasty fleet, and you probably find that even those Vexor Navy issue fleet were running some group boosters, and whether they were shield or armor, because those drones were meant to die a lot quicker, but when we were targeting them, they just didn't. So they kept. I reckon they were healing them as well.
What do you guys think? As go back to Red One, how did you guys feel about the drones? Like I think Dragon even said next time maybe no drones, like no Vexor, no prophecy next time. What do you think?
So the thing that most concerned us was the drones, bubbles, and the guardians, because bubbles they get us and we can just run away. We can't warp right away. So drones, because in large number, like they can be really annoying, and we can shoot them all at once, and they probably could kill our fleet little by little. So it was something that we wanted to keep away from us.
So what would you recommend next time, like for the second Horde War?
For me, I don't want any guardians.
No guardians. Okay, but drones are you're okay with drone fleet?
I mean, no, everything is cool, I guess.
Okay, because guardians just
for sure
too annoying.
Yeah, because whenever we jumped to a fleet that had a guardian, we almost did no damage, even with all the alpha damage we had. But I mean, it's part of the game, and it's kind of for sure some fleet in the future is going to counter these Vexors. So it's all good, I think.
Okay, Cardinal, how about you? Like for the next Horde War, suggestions, especially for guardians and drone boats?
For me, it was anything's on the table, and that's the whole point of it. I would just want to see more teams. You bring more to the planet skirmish at the beginning of the brawl. If you had 20 teams, and that's 200 people, but if you had that, your planet brawls would all of a sudden play a bigger part in the end brawl and who gets to the end. That would be key, I guess.
I think that's part of our job.
I really enjoyed the whole anything on the table and have a crack and go that way, and there is no real loser because everyone's gaining experience and everyone's having a bit of fun.
Sure. And I think that we did, and then our job is to promote it so more people will join. We'll see hopefully they see how much fun we had today and join us next time. And okay, so that's about time for you guys. Thank you so much for your first of all joining the event, giving us so much fun, and just creating content and just coming to talk to us. Any last words? Any final thoughts?
It doesn't matter about your skill level, just get involved. My heart rate went through the roof a couple of times there.
Sure.
But yeah, just get involved and have a bit of fun. This is the alliance side, so it's not like we've got to defend a station while we're doing it. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. So as I said to my corp members,
yes,
we just went here to have some fun.
Sure. And most people did, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How about at the end there? You guys, who was it? Kylo, what is Kylo Ren or something? He said he wanted to kill you guys, and then he went like far from the sun, right? He went far, and then you guys chased him and killed him. That was funny.
Yeah, that time because.
There was a shout out to Liquid Hater there as well because he was shit stirring a lot of people too. But Kylo Ren, I think, took the biggest shit stir out of everyone.
Okay. All right.
But
that was fun.
You did get him at the end. That was great to see.
Oh yeah. That was great because by that time, if I don't know if you guys saw, Dragon has announced a new rule. Basically, 10 minutes left. You guys need to be within 50 kilometers of Dragon, but you guys just didn't care. You guys were like, we're just killing. Let us kill Kylo Ren first.
We were having fun.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, the tier 4 frigates are just super fun because you can outplay a big part of some ships if you have the right fits.
Sure.
You saw what it could possibly do.
Yeah.
The power of tier 4 frigates.
Sure. I mean, if there was no Guardians, right? I think you could have picked off more drones each time you warped in. Yeah. Okay. Again, great talking to you guys. Thank you so much for chatting with us, spending time. And I know it's quite late for you. Let's get some rest. See you guys for the next time.
See you later.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Hope you guys enjoyed that little chat. Before we continue, please take a second and subscribe and share our channel with someone. Thanks for your support. Now let's get back to the show. Our next guest is the FC for J3D, Mr. Distant Knight. Okay, now we're live. We're recording, not live.
Yeah.
I'll just edit this part out later. Okay, we have with us from J3D, Mr. Distant Knight. Hello.
So.
Thank you for talking with us. Let me start the video so we can see what's going on. So later, earlier you were talking about. So when you first got on grid, you saw these. Oh, there you are. See.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember seeing you warp here alone. But did you get in a fight in the planet? And then so you had.
So what happened?
Okay.
Nah. So what happened was we were jumping planets trying to avoid people while we got our bearings, and I decided to walk to the sun to check who was there. And I warp on grid and I see a bunch of VNIs, and I thought, how am I supposed to deal with these VNIs?
Yeah.
Because if they've all got 5 drones, that's what, 50 drones? 50. How am I supposed to kill 50 drones?
Right.
And then how many more will they have in storage?
Yeah. They have.
It's like, and apparently.
Yeah.
Like.
Sorry.
Apparently one of them had. Apparently one of them had 150.
Yes.
It's like, how am I supposed to kill 150 drones? What did you expect me to do?
I think that was the feedback from the other frigate fleet too. Red 1, they had a frigate fleet.
From most, yeah.
Yeah, they were just warping.
Yeah, so we were planet hopping, and then the last planet we were on, some people had. So while I was there, some people had warped in on my fleet. So I basically told them to just warp to me.
Yeah.
And I think we lost a couple there.
Yeah.
Because of that. So that was a bit of a shambles. I warped to check the sun, and in that precise moment, someone attacked my fleet, which kind of screwed us over. We only had 5 just sat there on the sun.
Yeah. I remember.
I think we basically, I think we basically made it so that everyone else could do what they were doing at the planets while we just sat there, kept the Vexels from capturing the sun. Yeah. It was pretty boring, and yeah.
So what happened? Did you guys come with 10 people, or did you have less?
So we initially had about 11 people, and then real life obviously takes priority. So we had 8 to start with, but we definitely lost some people at the planet. We definitely lost people because I was just basically telling them to walk to me, and I forgot to send a location ping. So my bad on that part. They couldn't just straight walk. They had to go into the fleet menus, and we definitely lost some people there. So I think we had about 5, 6 on the grid for the majority of the sun fight, which yeah.
If you look at the screen now, that's what I remember. Like seeing you guys always. Like I think when we first saw you on the sun, you had like 6, and then you lost 1, and then there was like 5. But it was pretty interesting because again there was another frigate fleet, and all of you guys kept going in and killing a few drones each time. Like you said, they had 150 in the cargo, so they didn't really hurt them.
Yeah.
Did you guys have warping like stealth for?
We initially were thinking about bringing in bombers, but then we decided, well, there's already going to be a bomber fleet there. 2 bomber fleets will be a bit, like we decloak to attack a fleet, and at the same time they decloak to attack the same fleet. It'll be a bit awkward. It'll be like, who do we shoot? The people that can go and run off and hide, or the people who we initially thought to attack? I think 2 bomber fleets would have been a bit awkward, so we decided to just go with T4 Scepters.
Yeah. So again, we're looking at you guys back on the sun. See you guys warping around.
Yeah. Trying to bait them to come to us, the Vexels, so that we could just walk straight over to the wreck and try and get them in the wild goose chase, but they didn't take the bait.
Yeah.
Didn't take the bait. Yeah. It was a pretty on the spot strategy that I tried to execute. It didn't work.
Now here you can see, I think I locked you up, right?
Yeah. You locked me. I still don't know why you locked me up.
Because we were.
I had it set.
Yeah.
I had it set to. Yeah, I had it set to auto lock back at that point to see who, because of obviously there was like about at that point there was 3 fleets on grid, so I wanted to know whether someone was locking me from the other fleets while I was just sat there doing nothing pretty much. Yeah.
That was distracting. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were fit with we were expecting people to come in stabbers, pretty much just fleets of stabbers with guardians. We had a couple of people fit for tackle, and then a couple of people fit with tracking and guidance disruptors, so we could go in close, and even if they had webs with tracking disruptors on them, they still won't be able to hit us. So that was the plan. Obviously, a Vexor fleet kind of ruined that plan.
Sure. I mean, the audience was wondering, like, I think there was one stabber fleet, but they weren't.
Yeah, I think it was Dragons.
No, Dragon had a brawler fleet. It was someone else. I forgot the name. But they weren't very well organized. Or they were, but I guess a couple of them. If you go to, I believe it happened later. I think it's here. Yeah, you see there. So the Vexers were chasing them.
Oh yes, the
HTP.
massacre.
Yeah, HTP. They had
the first massacre.
Yeah, they had a lot
The
of
first
snipers.
massacre by the Vexors.
Yeah, and then you look at.
Oh my god! I just sat there,
Yeah,
and
you guys are
the
right
fleet.
there,
I was like,
right?
yeah, with the fleet. I was just like, what the fuck? How are we gonna deal with this?
Yeah,
It's like we counted. It was mental. We counted like 40 drones.
Yeah, and then
And it's like,
the
well-
drones are coming. And then we were yelling, holy, and then because holy shit, you look at these two guys lagging behind. We were like, oh, they must have disconnected or they didn't anchor up, right? And then you see they're gonna massacre, and we're looking at you guys because you guys are right there. See, I'm pointing at it too, and so we were talking about like you guys didn't move it because look at all those drones.
Yeah, nah, we were thinking of going for Red One's fleet when they walked on grid, but then we thought we were having second thoughts because if we obviously couldn't walk to them, and if we dropped a can and the Vexors dropped on us, but the Red One didn't, then that would basically be our death sentence. We'd have no way to fight them. Yeah.
I think this was
So we were basically sitting ducks. Couldn't attack anyone because we'd be annihilated. I think or the people that we could attack and inflict damage onto. Like, we probably could have got one or two frigates from Red One, but we couldn't walk to them. And we could walk to the Vexor fleet because of all the wrecks and cans around them. But we're not going to fight a bunch of Vexors. And Dragon's fleet. Dragon's fleet would have probably webbed us down and killed us, even with the tracking and guidance disruptors.
What in the world? Hold on. Okay, we can keep talking. I'll just fix this video.
Just edit this bit out.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're back to that point again. If you're looking at this now, I think that was one of the highlights because we had, well, all the planets were closed, but even before that, even just as the announcement was going out, right, you had 3-4 fleets in the middle of fighting. Right now you have this DropBear fleet and then your fleet and then Red One's fleet and then here comes the Vexor fleet. So I think this was an exciting moment.
Yeah, those drones, man.
Yeah.
Those drones just dominated the field.
And then, of course, you have the HTP. Look, they just lost another one too. Anyways, any thoughts about the next one, the next time?
The next time.
Yeah. Any changing strategy? What can you tell us, or do you want to see changed maybe rules wise?
Rules wise, I quite liked it.
Yeah.
One thing that I would say though, people were just sat there for the majority of the time.
Yeah.
Like when there was fighting, people lost a ship or two of their fleet and then legged it.
Yeah.
So maybe some rules to encourage more aggressive playstyle. So
Oh yeah.
we were sat we wanted to engage people, but it's just either we couldn't engage the people we wanted to, or the people that we could engage, it was just a suicide. Would be suicide. We wouldn't even get a kill.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I don't really know what to do. What you could do, but some more aggressive play styles would be nice.
Yeah.
So the King of the Hill play style was fun as well. But then again, we us as an example, we basically just sat there for the entire time. We didn't fight the Vexors, but we were sat there, so they couldn't capture the hill.
Yeah.
So that was another thing that. Yeah, no, we knew that everyone else would be warping around planets killing each other, so we thought, right, let's prevent the one fleet that's obviously sat there.
Right.
I genuinely thought it was a stabber fleet, and then I see a bunch of Vexors and it's like, those Vexors, man, they decimated everyone.
Yeah.
So I guess change in strategy, it depends really, because obviously we as a corp have other focuses right now, but once we get them cleared next time, if it's after we get those projects cleared, we might go more, spend more on the fleet, and probably maybe we're looking at assault ships, so tower assaults and the assault frigates. Not sure which assault frigates we're looking at. Punisher assaults, because Punisher assaults do a lot of laser damage, and that would have killed the Red One fleet because they were for the most part shield tanks, shield tank scepters. But assault frigates, they do require more skill requirements. So we were looking at things like tower assaults, which pack a lot of DPS.
Yeah.
So like if we had a tower assault fleet, we probably wouldn't have lost anyone, because we could have just warped them anywhere. Like I wouldn't have to warp, or we wouldn't have to send a scout to check planets and stuff like that. We could just warp the entire fleet. And in the situation where that stalemate that we had with the Vexels, we probably could have suicided the tower assault fleet into them and got picked up 3, maybe 4 kills because they pack a lot of DPS.
That's right.
So even if they're fragile,
yeah,
they got the punch.
Yes.
And they got the range as well, so they could have, maybe played the game of killing the drones.
That's right.
Sat at the edge of control range and just black the drones. The webs would also help. 20 kilometer webs would have been a massive help against those drones. Apart from that, maybe the thing I don't like about cruisers is tracking. Like you saw Red One, they decimated the 3-4 ships of McPoopy's fleet. Like they were just sitting ducks there. All they could do was just tank it out as long as they could.
Yeah.
Couldn't hit them for nothing.
That's right.
So that's the one thing that I didn't like about cruisers.
Right.
And that's another thing that the Vexels don't struggle in, tracking.
Yeah. I guess some people were talking about Guardians, thinking about not allowing Guardian ships next time. What do you think?
I think that encourages more versatile gameplay. So, for example, the Stabber fleet, they could have had, say, 8 Stabbers and then 2 tackle frigates, and then all the Stabbers could have had group shield boosters. It would have achieved a similar result to a Guardian. Obviously, you can't top a Guardian bubble, but it encourages different fits. Like the Stabbers can't just go dual webs, right? That's it. Screen all the frigates, kill them. They'd have to think of ways to do logistics without just slapping a Guardian in the middle with group shield boosters on the Guardian. And the Guardians also made a lot of stalemates. So like the Vexels, they could just sit. The Vexels just ignored bubbles.
Sure.
So that's another advantage of the Vexels, because the drones go into the bubble to tap the ships inside the bubble. So it's just like, what's the point in the Guardian? They've got the advantage of having the Guardian's defenses, but the other fleets don't. So it makes it more biased to the Vexels.
Sure.
The Vexels, everything. The Vexels just dominated that battle.
Yep.
No one would fight them, and if they did, they just died.
Yeah. So maybe next time, like Dragon said, maybe they'll do a separate event just for like 10 fleets of Vexers. The drones.
The day that fleet comes, my expert drone skills will come into play.
All right. Okay. Thank you again for any last words, any thoughts, shoutouts before we.
Shout out to Tim, because when we eventually were just like, right, fuck it, we're bored, drop a can, let someone walk to us. When the Red One fleet walked onto us, I was shouting at everyone to lock Tim and shoot Tim. So shout to Tim. we nearly got you.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Again, thanks for your time. Thanks for talking with us. We look forward to.
Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, look forward to next time.
All right. See you then.
Next up, we have a Stabber fleet from the HTP Corp, led by Mr. Polobot. Enjoy.
Okay, yeah, hi. So we have Mr. HTP, Mr. HTP.
Yeah, Polobot.
Mr. Polobot from HTP, yes. And please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Polobot. So I'm a FC at HTP for about a week now. I've been in a soap corporation before, and I'm the second FC right now at HTP. And I was appointed to direct this event.
Yes.
To lead this event.
Yes. So tell us about your strategy or how you got the team together. You said, so you're the second FC. Your main FC wasn't there.
Yeah, he was here, but I was
So it's like a
appointed to
training.
lead.
Okay.
Yes,
Awesome.
exactly. We made that a training and a corp event. So
Yes.
the first goal was to get 10 people from our corp. So
Yes.
we got the regular 4 or 5 PvP players from this time zone, which
Yes.
was a bit awkward because we didn't have the US guys up yet. And we got the 2 bosses. We got the HR director of the corp. So
Yes.
for not first time PvPers, but people we don't see on the field too much
Yes.
who are on the field with us.
That's cool. You guys were the stabber fleet, right?
Exactly.
Y'all had stabbers.
Yeah, we came with only one brawler to try to make distance, and
Sure.
the rest were stabbers because
Yes.
we knew everybody was gonna come with expensive, crazy feet, and we were not gonna bury our ISK into all our ISK into this event, but we wanted to try our shot. So the first goal was not to get blown up too fast in the first 15 minutes of the competition.
Yeah.
And the other goal was trying to make the distance, and that's what we had problem.
This is so let's jump right into it. We're looking at the footage right now. You guys are running away. We're trying to put distance from the Vexor fleet, and then I noticed when we were watching live, we noticed 2 of you got stuck, or they didn't anchor up. Right? They got stuck behind.
There was one who disconnected and one who couldn't rally up fast enough. So first, that was the first problem, but that was the second problem. The first problem, and you tell it in your video.
Yeah.
we could not know exactly where we were going to jump. And so we were trying to aim the 50 kilometer, 60 kilometer range to be able to just shoot with our targets.
Right.
And we fell right 30 to 40 of the Vexor Navy, which was our worst issue. So. So
yeah, we didn't see that earlier, but yeah, I remember you guys jumped in and then we were kind of surprised.
Yeah, we jumped in. We were very close. So first we anchor up and we tried to move far away, and so we already lose 2 ships who could not anchor up. We tried to manage that, and after that we see all these swarms keep on coming back, and every time you see the swarm is just taking 2 people of our fleet. They're basically focusing 2 people at a time. Yeah. And it went like so. First the two AFKs first, and after they came back into two others.
I think we're looking at now. What we're looking at is the other fleet jumping in. That's the DropBear fleet, Cardinal's fleet, and they sort of got you. Were they close to you?
Yes, and but they were mainly trying to go for the Vexor Navy. I think they were waiting for the shot to the Vexor Navy. Awesome. But there was a lot of crossfires. But we managed to kill 2 ships. So one Vexor Navy and one from the other fleet, who was I didn't remember what cruiser, but not a Vexor Navy.
Yeah.
So we managed to do 3 kills in total, I think, in the event. One was a little Executioner 2 from Red Fleet before that was jumping from planet to planet. We managed to catch him.
Yeah.
And there in this big brawl, we managed to kill 2 ships while flying off.
And then again, I think you guys came in at the perfect time because I was mentioning earlier, this is like the most exciting a few minutes of the fight. Basically, you guys were fighting the Vexor, and then the DropBear fleet came in, and then the 2 frigate fleet were nearby, and then I believe Dragon very soon will move into. So
the strategy for our the tempo strategy was first so not to die in the first 2 minutes. Second, trying to find at least a one-on-one battle on our planet before going to the sun. We didn't manage to do that. Okay. So either we were alone on the planet, either it was the frigate fleet, the red one fleet, keep on jumping back, jumping back, but no one managed to do a one-on-one 10-on-10 battle before going to the sun.
Yeah.
So when we hit the 45-minute mark, we said, okay, let's be part of this.
Yeah. So I see you guys lost another one here. So I think, again, this is where I think at least 3-4 fleets are on the screen
Yeah,
right
but
now.
Everybody took a bite of us at the end.
I mean, you were in the. I mean, basically, you were trying to go, but there was nowhere for you to go. There was people everywhere. You were surrounded.
Yeah,
So-
this warp at I don't know what was the number. I think it was 70. This warp at 70 blind was
oh
just
goodness.
the worst call.
It was. I mean, I think that was the rules. Again, if you remember, this was when we closed off all the planets, so people had to come to the sun.
Yeah, but that was not a problem. We just had to make the main goal was to make that distance, and
Right.
by the time we make that distance, we were already 6, I think.
Yeah, I remember our in Alamin, our military secretary of war. He was commenting with us. He was like saying, stabbers could really do harm to these vexers if they can pull distance. But you guys never did that because there was really nowhere for you to like kite or go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at this distance, with them having a guardian and
Right.
and just using their drone distance and damage control. I mean, when you see this swarm coming to you, you know you're gonna take damage. You know you're gonna take some damage. So
that's the thing.
If they and they're all focusing 1 or 2 ships at a time. So
Last but not least, the winner of this competition, a Vexer fleet consisting of some of Valhalla's PvE officers, led by their FC, who has a funny name. Alright, we have McPoopy with Odin, the fleet, the winner of the first Horde Wars. Welcome.
Hi, glad to be here.
Just a background for the audience. You actually promised or guaranteed a win before we even started.
Oh yes,
so tell us
absolutely.
about that. Yeah. How did you come up with the strategy and
Well, we were actually coming up with a strategy with a bunch of anomaly. Obviously, I'm running with a lot of people in the video. You'll see Fleet, Grim, Drag. We couldn't get Hitchings to come. He was a little busy. Dax, Tempest, Dorak, all of them. I usually just run anomaly.
Right. I think I actually told the audience you guys are the PvE officers, PvE group.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Just try to grab any drone boat I got. They roll.
And
but we have this.
Yeah. Just a quick side note. I'm not sure if you watched the video. My co-host, Paula, he mentioned that you guys are rich. That's why you guys had the best fleet. Anyways, please continue. Yeah, please. But how did you assemble your team and strategy?
You have to give it up to Grim, honestly, for assembling this. I was only able to get Drag, Hitch, and Dorak on. Grim was literally pulling people left, and we had like a bunch of people that we were trying to get. And Grim, just every time I was checking Discord, the days leading up to the event, he was just like, "Oh, got another guy." I was like, "Where is he pulling these guys out of?" And I thought he was pulling them out of the Alliance, but he was actually luckily getting them all of Valhalla. So we were actually lucky to make the entire Valhalla fleet, which is kind of nice, so we could properly represent Valhalla's core, Yeah. So.
I mean, if you're looking at the video right now, Dragon was the first fleet to challenge you guys, because you were the first at the sun, and then Dragon came.
Yeah, which was really interesting. I think as soon as Dragon showed up, we immediately tried to target one of his stabbers. We got one of his stabbers immediately down.
Wait, you guys didn't try to headshot him, Dragon?
No. So I did that for 2 reasons. One, if we had targeted Dragon immediately, he knew exactly what's going on with the Dragon. So I was looking to weaken their fleet. Most of the stabbers that people were flying were long range, fitted with striking stuff. So we were just trying to get the weakest targets down. So my main targets were stabbers and vexers for the most part as our 2 top. Vexers for the fact that they were able to use the same strategy we were using, where the drones were able to go through the Guardian.
that's a huge. So we've been talking with all the other FCs. Everyone had the same question: how many drones did you guys bring, and how many did you actually lose? Like, just do you have the numbers for us?
Yes. Unfortunately,
I mean,
we
look
brought.
at this on the screen. There's like 100 there.
Yeah. I believe we were only 7 total, so that would be 6 times 5, so that's only 30 drones.
Okay.
Our goal number was supposed to have 9,
Right.
which would have been 45 drones altogether. And I think I calculated it out. That was like, I was going to be like pushing like 2,500 plus like one target. So just more than enough to melt
Right.
sort of cruiser.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we were running like 2 drone amps as well.
Yeah.
And more deep.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Essentially just a glass cannon fleet, but protected by the Guardian.
I mean, I think Dragon was the one who got really close to you guys a couple of times. And
Yes, he was actually the only one able to get in, because he was running a really good brawler fleet. Him and Kylo, if you look later in the video,
Yes.
I forget how far in, when they actually finally get the Grim kill, him, both of them get in with it. Yeah,
Our
both of them
audience
get
should
in
know,
with
like,
it.
if they were watching, they knew that people placed who was it who placed the bounty on Grimm's head?
ISO, so Isunli, he placed a
Yes.
bounty on him for 100 mil. So just so you can know how much we like to play around with money, with us and the PvE core, just throwing large sums of money at each other just for funsies. But
Yes, it definitely
Yeah.
made it interesting because he was the only one
Yeah.
with the
which was I want to talk specifically about that.
Yeah.
It was sort of my fault because we were attacking. I believe what was that? I think it was the DropBear fleet. They brought the old stabber.
Yes, this is we're looking at the DropBear fleet right now. Yeah.
Yeah, the Guardian stabber fleet. I think we were trying to get down their last stabber, which was Canadian Bacon, and we were like really close to them, just following them. I believe Dragon had his stealth scout like positioned right behind us, so
Yeah.
he was able to just drop right in on us within like 30 kilometers, and then they like literally burned all their brawlers straight into us.
Yes.
And I was a little slow to react to that to get us away from them.
But you didn't.
But yeah,
I think this is where the Grim was lost. But
yeah.
yeah, like
Just-
I think Dragon was the only one who got close to you guys to do any damage throughout the whole
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were trying to burn away. If honestly, we also had a module, we call it deficiency. Since we were not able to fit a third mid slot, we did not get a chance to fit any of our E-War. So obviously, the solution, anything coming close to us, we would just web them.
Yeah.
Would not be the bubble.
Yeah.
But since we couldn't fit any of that kind of stuff, we're lost. But it's all fair, honest.
I mean, yeah.
With
exactly.
even how much we just.
I mean, the
Yeah.
thing I've been hearing from the other FCs were that, this is Guardians, Bubbles, drones. These are all part of the game, or the meta, sort of the meta of the game right now. And
Yeah, which is really nice for these Horde Wars, to where we can actually kind of test out new fits.
Exactly, and you prove that, this really works because, again, all of was saying, or the audience, everyone else was saying, we don't have a stabber. We had a stabber fleet, which we'll see later. But even we had a mortar fleet, they wouldn't be able to hit you from the outside the shield. And if they were inside the shield, your drones would eat them away. So this is really the new meta.
Yeah, and even more so, what you actually really didn't realize,
Yeah.
you probably saw it during the video, but we were literally buzzing around the entire map with micro warp drives on constantly.
Sure.
Because we were cap stable. Cap stable with also everyone running a remote rever on the Guardian, so we don't need Logi, and we don't really need any of that. So
Sure.
we have speed,
You had
and we have the damage. So yeah, it's like a perfect combination that we
Sure.
came up with here. That's
And
why
that's why-
we were so excited to get this.
Yeah, it was apparent. Nobody could hurt you. Nobody could I mean, the frigates, we had 2 frigate fleets. They were trying to gain up on you, but never really worked out.
The frigate fleets.
Yeah.
The frigate fleets were not even issue. I think the Red One fleet. We immediately warped into the sun, and we came across Dragon's fleet. Dragon's fleet warped off, and then the Red One fleet. We saw them 200 kilometers off. We tried to go chase them. They were just burning away from us. And we're like, okay, they're just gonna play this game.
Yeah.
We can't catch them.
Right.
And I think by the end of the match, we were like near the center of like warp point, like warp 0.
Yeah.
And they were like 400 kilometers off.
Right.
So, which is just kind of stupid at that. So it wasn't even. They weren't even a con. They weren't even a. Which is kind of funny because
it's to warp in, kill a few drones, warp out before you kill them. So.
Yeah.
But obviously, so can you tell us how many how many drones did you lose, or how many drones did you have in your cargo hold?
Most people only had about 20. One of our guys only brought 5, which is really sad because he actually had the most amount of drones lost. So total drones, we had 6 lost. Dax lost 3. So half of our drones was, and he only had his. So only 6 drones lost, only because of the fact that there was just so many of them. They weren't in there, and they were doing so much damage that they panicked, and they were like, well. And even so, like, we were flying Mark 5s. I was flying Mark 5s for the fact that
I was commenting on
it was.
Why,
The Mark 5s were for 2 reasons. One, we were limited because of the rules, only because I did a negotiation with Dragon, but I was going to run Mark 5s anyway, because the second reason is I'm a cheap bastard. In PvE, you got to maximize your profits. So the Mark 5s are only like 500,000 to like 1 million.
Oh my goodness.
Which, getting like 150 of those? Oh, that's 100.
That's
So.
hilarious. You guys are the richest.
Yeah.
You guys are the richest.
Yeah, you gotta cut, cut corners though.
Yeah, you're still trying to save some cost. That's funny.
Well, we thought we were gonna lose way more drones. The fact that we only lost like 6 total, we were like, I had guesstimated that we were gonna like lose 20 to 50 like drones total. Just people would just sit back, kite us out, and try to kill the drone. But due to our speed, just damage, like people were just so afraid.
And just Guardian, like having the Guardian.
Just the Guardian, and
nobody could. Yeah, they had to come.
Yeah. Yeah, you just can't break that Guardian shield.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly think with this current setup that I had, I could probably take on a fleet of 100. Honest, like that. The strength of the Guardian shield with all the reppers going is that strong.
Like you said,
I
everybody run a repper on the.
And I barely even saw my shield. I think at lowest I saw was it went 94, only because drones kind of bug out fleet like that, and they also had me targeted. So the drones when you saw the drones actually coming back towards our fleet, they were actually going on me. So a lot of times drones would just.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why Rupture and not like MOA, which is the popular?
So I did the Rupture Guardian because I just like the Rupture.
Okay.
The MOA has better resistances, which is probably better for a repping fleet. Like, however, for the larger shield volume, which is what the Rupture gets, I kind of enjoy that better for especially like burst repping that I was trying to go for. As well as the fact that the Rupture Guardian enables me to go over to stabber fleets if I wanted to, because the Rupture Guardian is so fast. Like, I was able to get up to like about 2,000 S with the micro warp drive on. It would be a great for kiting fleet.
Sure.
So, and I don't think people really need that much tank, so I don't think the MOA is actually the way to go, because speed is everything. If you can't catch your opponent, then it's basically done already, because they'll just kite you out.
Yes. Again, so the sort of purpose for us talking and for us trying to promote this is hopefully there will be more fleets next time, and what do you think about next time? What do you think? Do you think Dragon sort of suggested that we have 2 tournaments next time, one for with the sort of the Vexor, the drone fleets, and the other one without. What do you think?
I don't think that should be the case. I think it should be open contest.
Okay.
I had a specific discussion with Dragonborn because he was talking about faction ships weren't allowed.
Right.
I don't know about you and everyone else, but when I hear faction ship, that is specifically talking about like the pirate faction ships.
Yeah, like
the
Vagabonds, those ones. Yeah.
Or the Vigilant, the Cinnaball, shit like that.
Yeah.
But so I think it would be better if he literally just limited it by the tech level, the tech 6 cruisers, tech 5, all that.
Yeah.
But with the, I think it's good to have the Guardian fleets because they do have their weaknesses. Better for us, the total alliance, to learn the counters to them, so we can know if people are fleeting the ships to counter those specific things, so we can make a judgment call of whether we can take the opponent. As well as the fact that we needed to learn how to counter the counter. So the next, I was hoping if the rules stay the same, I'm actually going to be flying the counter to the drone fleet next time. And I will show that it is not all impervious and that it is not the end all be all. So I don't want to run anything twice. So I'll run the drone fleet to show how powerful it can be.
Yeah.
I'll run the counter to it to show how weak it is. Kind of set up our own little meta here.
Do you want to tell us now, or do you want to keep this for the next tournament?
I'll keep it for the next time because I don't want anybody getting.
Sure.
But it will be very fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will kill lots.
That's the main point. Like everybody had fun, even us watching. We had so much fun just watching.
Yeah. I think the only people who didn't have fun was that stealth bomber fleet who had no idea what the hell was going on.
They had fun too. I talked to who was it? Ryu, right? He was running.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. They were waiting. They wanted to come out so many times.
They should have. Oh my gosh.
But they didn't,
I don't know what.
So.
Yeah, I don't know what stealth bomber fleet appeared at the end, but it was like 5 hounds that showed up out of nowhere, and they were right on top of us, and I was like, oh Christ, and I was just like, just kill them all, just shoot whatever you can get a target on. So that was the only kill I got because one of them decided to come in the bubble with us, and I actually got a decent shot off with my strike cannons.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
No, they were trying. They were playing the game, right? They were just waiting for the moment, but which never came. Yeah, but hopefully next time, Oh, I see. We can. If you see on the video right now, you were taunting. We were laughing so hard at this because at this point, this was 30 minutes in, right? You guys were basically some people. I mean, everybody knew what you guys were flying at this time, and.
Well, I think I showed it off at the beginning. I stayed on the Stargate with our entire fleet for the longest period of time. I just wanted people to know, yes, we are running and we are not afraid.
Right.
The people can already formulate strategies. People can team up all they wanted. I was that, I said, I was that confident that we would win just because of how solid the fit was.
Yeah.
And it might have been a little bit overconfident on my part because I've actually never run this fleet. And this was literally the first time I ran with all these people, PvP setting, and also ran this particular fitting. So half the time, the first 5 minutes of the fight, we didn't even go to the sun because we were sitting at our planet, trying to figure out, hey, are we cap stable? What can we run? What can we not run? And all this stuff, just trying to figure out how we work as a team.
And then it definitely worked out for you guys.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And look at the Dragon saying, fucking drones. I think Dragon realized as soon as you guys had that first engagement, he realized there was no chance for anyone else.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The drones going through the Guardian bubbles, and everyone was fitting their fleets to be really squishy.
Yes.
Just essentially, the Guardians were the end all be all.
Exactly.
To protect their fleet.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I would think you want to keep it a secret. Let's keep it a suspense. Keep it suspenseful and keep it a secret till next time. We're really looking forward to see what you guys come up with when the other maybe 10 other fleets are running Vexor fleets.
Oh, I hope they are. absolutely hope that.
Me too.
Because it will absolutely get dominated.
All right.
I'm just saying that because I know as flying that Vexor fleet, what their one weakness is. So
Yes. And you're gonna
which is still remain.
That's okay.
No, you'll see it in action when we play this. People will probably be able to figure it out once I start clamoring to get pilots for it, because I need a particular set of pilots for it. But yeah.
Again, I think we had a pretty good turnout. We had 7 fleets or 6 fleets. We had 7 fleets.
Yeah, I looked at the sign-ups for it, and I only saw 4 or 5. I was really concerned we were not going to get enough people.
Right.
But it was nice to see that.
Yeah, we actually had 2 more. They had to back out because the timing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were U.S. time zone and it didn't work out for them. But next time, hopefully, we'll get 20 or 30 fleets. It'd be so much more exciting.
And also actual fleet setups,
yes.
Because Dragonborn was kind of running a kitchen sink. DropBears actually came with a stabber fleet, but a couple of their members were not running stabbers. So, I showed up with a real actual fleet. Everyone had the same exact fitting. Everyone was on the same page. So we were running as a cohesive unit.
Right.
Is what I really was looking for. But
yeah.
It might have just been due to the timing. People were not able to get their things. We were even barely able to get all of our fits together because one of our ships didn't even have some of the modules that we wanted. So we were just giving them here, fit what you fucking can. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So again, you guys were the winners. Congratulations. We can't wait for the next one. Really, I think just by us, talking about it and all the fun that everyone had. I'm sure everyone's telling everyone by now that how much fun they had, and hopefully next time
I hope so.
We'll triple the turnout. Because
and just for everyone to know, the final kill count for our fleet was 24 at 1.6 billion. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel really bad actually about that number because that's obviously 1.6 bill for you should feel proud of that number if it's for your enemies, but since it's your friends and all,
yeah.
I don't know. I think we all had 1.6 billion worth of fun though. So.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, especially for you guys, you're the PV, you're the richest group.
Oh yeah, rich get richer.
So you guys don't care.
No,
but again, like I said, everyone else had so much fun. Everyone who's involved or watched even the ones who watched the video had so much fun. So thank you guys for providing this fun.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm hoping to become the chief fun officer actually, because I have a tournament. Yeah, I was hoping to start a tournament. I was just going to fund it myself.
Because before this, because I had the advantage of being a Valhalla officer, and I've heard, you had some great ideas that were about what the chief fun officer is for. So,
Yeah.
So I
just want everyone to wear this game.
Yeah. I don't know how we're voting for. Are we voting for this, or are we just?
I talked to Bo, and I think he said he has to. The great Godfather has to give me his blessing. Kiss the rings, bitch, if you would. So I have to do an interview with him.
Okay.
And then they'll give me.
I'm sure you got this. I will. I'm sure our audience too will. Everyone's gonna vote
absolutely.
For you.
Even after my one conversation I had with Bo, I just had my racing with all these that I had. But yeah, I hope I get them.
You will. And again, so we're talking to our future chief fun officer, CFO. Awesome. Any last final thoughts and shoutouts or ideas for the next one? Yeah.
Obviously, shout out to Grim for getting all the people together. Drag for literally people hate when people backseat FC, but thank God Drag was there because I was losing count for a lot of stuff. I was just sending primary, secondary, tertiary targets left and right, and I was losing for a rotation that we had, and he was backing.
Right.
So
and
that's perfect.
In case the audience doesn't know, Drag is our Valhalla's. What's his official title again?
He is actually our new. He's actually our new military leader. So he took over Storm's old position.
Yes.
Oh, one last also thought. I forgot about this.
Yes.
Shout out to Storm and Raw for ignoring my DMs because I sent them the Vector Navy issue fitting like a month ago. Neither one of them responded, so you know.
They're too busy. They're too busy. I know. Storm, Raw was here watching for a little bit, and so with us, he was commenting and watching with us, and then Storm was here like basically throughout like 80% of the fight. He was here commenting and giving just helping the audience out. Yeah, so.
And he still didn't. I actually watched the video. Not once did he say that he had any confidence.
But I'm sure he
was all going. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I hope so.
All right, man. Good talking to you. Thank you for talking with us, and once again, congratulations on your win.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Can't wait till next time. Alright, that's it for the show today. Thank you again for watching and listening. See you guys next time.